Sword of the Demon Hunter, Episode 9, now out, so let's frickin' talk about it.
Kijin Gentōshō.
今一度己を磨き直し、いずれこの地に降り立つであろう鬼神を討つために。
So the newest episode, Episode 9, now out of Sword of the Demon Hunter for you guys to go and check out. And again, they drop this amazing episode in this anime. This anime just delivers episode after episode after episode after episode, man. It's just incredible. This episode, unbelievable themes running through it again. And I think that's what I really like about this anime, is it really dives into the characters and the story more so than anything else. And what I've come to realize, especially after this episode, is this is not about Jinta hunting demons. It's about him discovering who he is and understanding the world, so that when he does come to that point where he has to face his sister again, he is 100% knows who he is, and what he's going to do. And I love that about it. I absolutely love it, because in this episode, it deals with the human emotions. It deals with the yin-yang. It deals with Jinta coming to terms about finding a place that where he's truly happy, where he can go back to. It's just freaking phenomenal, man. It's phenomenal storytelling, phenomenal writing, just so good. So it starts off, obviously we have the confrontation between that craftsman and Jinta. They're having a standoff. He's got his little shadow dogs out. So Jinta starts to fight the shadow dogs. Quickly realizes the shadow dogs don't die. They just keep coming back. So he now has to come up with a plan. So he uses his invisibility. And this is where the guy's like, oh, so this is your power, hey? Doesn't matter, because my little pets, they can still see you and sense you because of their heightened senses. And then Jinta's like, okay, fine. It's time for me to use my next plan. And he uses dash. And he hits up and he hits the guy. And then he slices the guy, but it turns out that this was just a fake image of the guy. So he's over there, and the dogs start attacking him and bring Jinta down, and he's like, oh yeah, it's game over. You're dead. I'm sorry. And then Jinta rises again with his arm, and we find out that he's actually taking the powers of those shadow dogs. He now controls them. He can now summon them. And I'm like, okay, Jinta. Okay. I did not know you built like that. So then he tells the guy, look, you need to answer my questions and everything like that. And this is where we start to understand who this person is, and how when this craftsman guy, the one who was above him, because he's the first generation guy, when he would build something and craft something, it would have a soul. So he starts to explain this concept of these objects that have souls essentially as well, and how they can be brought to life. And I thought that is such an interesting theme that is being brought up here. And the way that this guy speaks about it was incredible. And I think it really resonated with the character Jinta, who starts to understand these things. And when he talks about, oh, you know, you've got that other piece, which is what that other guy gave him for the sword thing. And he's like, give that to her and it will cancel it out. So he does. And this is where we have that conversation about, oh, the bird just wants to go to the perch on the flower, you know, just wants to go back there and find that thing. And these two things, the hairpin and this other thing, are like brother and sister. And that is what was talking to each other. That is why Natsu was all over Jinta, calling him big brother and everything, because he had the other piece. And these things were crafted together as if they were brother and sister. And I thought that was just a very interesting concept, to have these inanimate objects be able to interact like that. Just adds a little bit of layer to it, and it brings out the human emotion, because that is another theme that is running through this whole entire episode, is the idea that nothing lasts forever. You know, everything comes to an end except for human emotion. It travels all the way through time and space. And I really, really like that idea, because it's true. Because that is one of the most powerful things that we have, is our emotions. And I love that it's instilled in these objects and everything. And obviously the negative emotions, we know, can turn you in a demon. So I love that concept. And then the guy's like, I'm not going to take you out, because he didn't take out the other girl as well, who's the demon. And he's like, look, I don't hurt demons that don't hurt other people. I'm not here to do that. That's just a thing that I'll do. I'll defend myself. I will go and get demons that hurt other people, but you're not that person. So he leaves. And now this is where Jinya then meets that other woman again, and he hears the bird, and he's like, oh, it just brings him here. And now he's coming to the realization of the place that where I can go back to, like a place where I can finally go back to. And then we get a time skip. We get a time skip ahead, and now it's in a bit of a more modern time. So he goes to this shrine, and this is where we see these, this mother and daughter talking, and we find out that this is the Jinta shrine. So the chieftain kept this shrine of like alive for him, and you can see that the way that Jinya feels about that, and he starts to tear up. We haven't seen him tear up like this, so that was great. And then the same girl that was there is going to school, to like a modern day school. She has a backpack and everything like that. So Jinya's dressed differently now. He's dressed in more like a school uniform sort of thing, and he's there at the school as well. So now things are really interesting, because now we're sort of coming into the modern times here. We're starting to come into more times where, how is this going to affect with the demons and everything? Like, what has his sister been doing? How is this going to end? So I think it's really, really fascinating now, because we just had the sort of like the olden times there, way back with the Ronins and, the village and everything. Now we're getting into modern time. How does technology take play into this? How does all of this, like more eyes, will people know that he's a demon? Do demons even still exist according to the general public? We don't know. These are all questions now that are being raised that I think makes it so interesting. But like I've said, this journey that we've gone on so far in these 9 episodes has been phenomenal. Growing with this character of Jinya has been absolutely fantastic. And I mean, I am just loving how they're developing him, and I can't wait until he confronts his sister again and how that's going to be dealt with, because now we've had a lot of time for him to be able to learn more about himself, develop, meet new people, experience new things in life, understand things a lot more, integrate things into him. And I want to see how that's changed him. I want to see how that has now affected him when he comes and confronts all these other people and these demons and that. And how he's going to, because he's in school, so he clearly doesn't age properly like everyone else. So he must still be like a certain age where he looks like he could go in there. Or is he a teacher? We don't know. But I'm very intrigued now to see where it's going to go. But it's been phenomenal. Another phenomenal episode. Just beautifully done. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.